Так, мы вернулись.
Да, стрим теперь полностью почти синхронизирован, ну как обычно.
Да. Так, сейчас я кое-что проверю.
Alright, in this room, I'm looking for this undercover cop to walk down, left, and then up into strong. So that's my cue here. That makes me think that I probably have the RNG here as well.
Хорошо, иди. Аурелиус говорит, что ему очень повезло, потому что обычно в той комнате, говорит, стоит какой-то коп под прикрытием, что ли.
And so that's a little trick you can use in this run as well. I actually used it a little bit earlier against Frankenstein.
Можно сменять оружие прямо во время боя, и так мы манипулируем числами. То есть, по сути дела, урон двух оружий, которые он сменил очень быстро, стакается. Поэтому он так легко разделается со всеми этими копами и все.
We have a $5 donation from Tanny. Best of luck with the run, Ari. And I know you stole my last Coke.
Uh-oh. Thank you.
Так, дальше у нас по расписанию будет Принц Персии, ближе к 7 утра.
So as long as he just does everything correctly, he will not have a chance of dying.
Right.
At all.
I already know what the outcome of the battle will be.
Говорит, что пока он делает свой баг с переключением оружия и стака урона, все будет в порядке. Важно знать каждый отрывочек игры, и должны быть его действия должны быть отточены до максимума действия Аурелиуса. Играть в эту игру.
And here we'll use a little mechanic of this game.
Приходи к концу Earthbound, короче.
Taken damage, and it takes you for a while to actually reach the amount of damage you take.
Very nice manipulation there.
So the core mechanic of the game is, as long as you can defeat your enemy before your HP ticks down to 0, the game actually hands the battle to you and leaves you at 1 HP, or whatever HP that you managed to end the battle at.
В отличие от других РПГ, где мы получаем урон и умираем моментально, некоторые поблажечки. Сейчас будет трудный момент, и хороший момент озвучить пожертвование. Будет долгая битва с двумя какими-то парнями, он сказал. Муравьи.
Tie it to RNG manipulation. Also, host's choice. We have a $50 donation from Anonymous. Had to donate again during Earthbound. Earthbound and Chrono Trigger were my two favorite RPGs as a kid, and I spent countless hours playing both. So extremely happy to see both during this marathon.
$100 уже дважды пожертвовали, а денег уже почти приближается к $500,000.
You're cool too, announcer guy. Thanks for hosting this wonderful event yet again this year. We're getting pretty close to halfway to $1 million just through donations. So let's see if we can manage to get there this year for the first time in this marathon's history. Got a $50 donation from Rozinki. Been loving SGDQ this week, but just had to donate during Earthbound. My wife requires that you save the animals. I have a $100 donation from Revolving Dork, sending Earthbound love from Philly. Iwata would be proud to see you folks tear his code apart.
К сожалению, нельзя, говорит, манипулировать этой конкретной частью игры. НПЦ ходит передо мной, и мне приходится со всем этим иметь дело. Довольно голоден. Аурелиус. Нужно
Yeah,
всего около
strictly
2
speaking, I
или
only
3
need, I would say, maybe
скип-сэндвичей,
2 or
чтобы
3 of these
пропускать.
skip sandwiches. The rest of these are mostly just for safety, and some backup strats that I can also use skip sandwiches for.
Почти все деньги
So I'll
уходят на
buy
эти
a little less
сэндвичи.
than $400 worth of skip sandwiches.
Pretty high quality sandwiches.
Now the skip sandwich is supposed to make Ness, skip, so he moves a little bit farther while he's walking
Вы
along.
посмотрите,
However,
почему же
you'll
сэндвич
see why
лучший
perhaps
вариант
it's
для этого.
a more apt name for that sandwich here in a moment. I'm going to make a save here at the bus station. This is just for safety. There are 2 things that I'm worried about in the next part. On the upcoming glitch, I can actually.
Говорит, если он будет невезучий, то он может проворачивая глюк, залезть в точку в игре, из которой он не сможет выйти. О, и у Аурелиуса получился этот трюк.
So that's the
Very
first
nice,
glitch
very
skip
nice.
there.
So the skip sandwich actually extends the movement frames for him, so he's
Я
able to
понял,
actually
частота
wedge himself
кадров
through
этого
the gag.
паренька изменяется от скип-сэндвичей в инвентаре, и это глюк. И это позволяет ему разворачиваясь
So
вокруг
this
своей
last
оси,
glitch is
проходить
usually the hardest.
сквозь стенки.
Oh, almost.
Старается Аурелиукс не зависнуть в этой зоне.
Me out. I just want to play nice today.
Надеюсь, он не зависнет в этой зоне.
Oh, my sandwich wore out that time.
Можно, говорит, сделать это и без сэндвича,
It's
но
feasible
это
to do it without the
очень
sandwich,
трудно, и
but
руки
it's-
просто все и зайдут на
Like
пот.
your hand's gonna get way too tired before you even get it.
Yeah. The first 2 are pretty feasible. The last one is, I don't know if I've ever gotten it without using a skip sandwich.
Yeah,
For the
I
last
И
know.
one.
у Аурелиукса
No way.
получилось преодолеть эту тему.
There we
There we
There
go.
we go.
All right, there we go.
Это сэкономило немного времени.
So that saves a little bit of time. Just going from 2 to 3. It's just a little bit of time.
So
Skip
there's a
these for Rust Valley, you don't need Paula. And
Yeah.
there's no enemy right here.
Всего
which was what I was
5%
worried
шанс
about.
того,
it's
что
like a
призрак
5%
будет
chance for
под
like a ghost
мостом.
to actually be right there.
It wouldn't be too detrimental. I mean, you just have to reset and do that again. So it wouldn't be too bad.
Right. And I could give it a round or 2. I mean, I could try to run away. It's not very likely, but I could give it a shot.
Yeah. This is pretty standard. Usually, when you enter 3 with Paula, you still have to go up here and trigger the zombies or whatever.
I got a lot of-
and then
Ему
you
нужно
gotta go back to
выманить
the hotel.
зомби и
Yeah.
бежать
This
в
part
отель.
is
Это
insanely
очень
laggy
лаганная
part
часть
at
этой игры.
times.
Час
Yeah,
попасть в
it-
поле зрения зомби и приманить его.
Flies.
Насколько
No good is right.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
this is probably one of the laggiest parts in the entire game. There we go.
There we go, yes.
нужно быть очень
But
осторожным,
as the way
говорит нам
back, you
Аурелиукс.
still got to be pretty careful.
Yeah. That's the nice part about the glitch route, though. I actually have.
Он говорит,
since I bought a
хорошо в
couple
этом
extra
глюке то,
skip
что
sandwiches,
поскольку у
if I
него
get
есть
into a bad
скип-сэндвич, он
situation, I can
всегда
kill a bunch
может
of enemies with
Yeah,
this.
it's
скипнуть
sandwiches
битву.
are one of the best items in the entire game for that reason.
So now we're going to come meet this very nice lady.
Говорит, приятно познакомиться с приятной леди.
I don't know if nice is the right word for that.
She brought you
maybe
to a
not.
party.
Покойся в кусочках. Никогда не доверяй незнакомцам.
Never follow strangers, people.
And so we wake up in this prison inn.
Что
Hey,
говорит
who's
эта
that girl?
девушка?
Yeah.
So we get this little cutscene here, and
Говорит,
okay, I
Аурелиукс.
don't know you, and now she's gone. Okay, fair enough. Never mind. I was just seeing things. So the game doesn't do any kind of common sense check here to see if Paula's actually in your party. So she'll make the prayer for me anyway, even though she's not in the party.
Right. Yeah.
And this will
Они
send
в
us
зимнем
on to
уровне
the
где-то
whole
недалеко
dream
от столб.
sequence.
Посему по
winter
декорации.
sequence.
This is probably one of my favorite.
Да,
parts of the
возможно,
entire
действительно
game
идет
as a
по
kid.
специальному.
This music right here.
Yeah,
как
this
удавалось.
I love this music. So much. It's great.
Ну, все ждем принца Персии, наверное. Но Earthbound
This
придется
part
перетерпеть.
will not be manipulated to an extent. He'll be able to manipulate it later during this part.
Первые
But,
5
the
минут
first,
этой
like,
стадии
5
он не
minutes of
сможет
this-
манипулировать
of this,
игрой.
he will not be able to manipulate because he's going to get a party member called the Bubble Monkey, And the Bubble Monkey's movements,
Выиграть совершенно
pretty sure you
случайно,
can't
но
manipulate.
манипулировать можно, но
It's
очень
pretty
трудно.
random.
It's very difficult.
Yeah,
We'll give it a try later on.
yeah.
Usually I can get it for, I would say a few seconds, but to get it all the way through is very rare.
Yeah, because there's a
Чуть
part
позже нам
where
придется
you're gonna have to despawn a
диспавнить
bunch
очень
of
много
enemies,
врагов.
and, it's not likely for him to get through without any enemies. So,
Экономить тонну времени. Надеюсь, целый час, потому
which can add up to a
что
ton
игра
of
крайне
time.
долгая.
But for the glitch run here, it's actually almost identical to glitchless until
Yeah.
I actually get into my first, hopefully my first fight.
Знает всю игру наизусть, помнит каждый момент.
Oh, man. Here he tricks you. He's gonna give you the key that he thinks opens the door, but he's just like, oh, I knew that key wouldn't work, so he gives you the actual item
Он
that
комментирует
will
сюжет,
open
что
the
Пухлый
lockers.
дал ему ключ, который на самом деле не открывает
That key machine
ящик, а
don't
потом уже
open
дал
those
ему
lockers, thankfully.
то, что открывает ящик. Тут не важно.
Coincidentally, it just happens to be a super useful item later.
We have a $500 donation from Anonymous. Aurelix, thanks for setting the hook for me to get into this community. So this donation is runner's choice. Keep up the good work. See you for games Monday?
Ooh.
Даете $1, чтобы получить обезьянку.
Spend $1 to get a monkey. I think that's a bargain. And you can blow bubbles in the float.
Bubble Monkey. Обезьяна, пускающая пузыри. Как видите, обезьянка может зависать сзади иногда.
He can fall behind at times. He's actually going to be doing another trick during a tiny dungeon.
Невозможно манипулировать в таких местах, потому что обезьяна бегает повсюду и сбивает, видимо, его.
He'll actually be doing another
Наше подземелье займет примерно около 5 минут.
That is actually based on the Bubble Monkey's movement, whether you can get it or not.
Yeah, so
It's pretty
hopefully
hype when
Bubble
you get
Mon-
it.
Yeah, hopefully he plays nice.
Yeah.
And so here there's a little quirk of the route. First off here, you get a prayer to nest because this is
Здесь
the first
переходный
time you
момент.
slept since
Во-первых, мы
defeating
впервые
Jack
спим в
Strong.
этой игре.
Normally the game would give you the prayer from Paula there. Then you get a second prayer, the one that's actually meant for Jeff. So you get 2 prayers here. And you also fix the defense spray. You pretty much always fix that.
Говорит, что обнаружили
The glitchless route,
многие
you
фишки
actually
намного
sell that for
позже,
money
чем
later.
планировали.
And he is going top route here to avoid a photo.
Пока ничего не
no fuzzy
происходит.
pickles. Sorry to disappoint.
Maybe someday.
Yeah. And again, he cannot manipulate any
Опять
of
же
this,
он говорит, что
part
невозможно
until-
тут будет
until much later.
манипулировать
Gets into the
картой
mini dungeon here.
до обезьянки и огромного количества подземелий.
So we'll take a short little ride on Tessie. These
I-
donations are pretty awesome so far, I'd have to say.
Absolutely.
$1000
We
пожертвовали.
have a lot more. We got $100 from Andy Perfect.
Бывает
Nice.
удача
Who
Уилюксу.
die at precisely the right time against Gygus. Good luck, Ari. We have a $50 donation from Seth Rott. Had to donate to a great cause and a chance at the Earthbound cart. Good luck, and this is announcer's choice. $200 from Avenger339. I'm sorry I can't donate a wad of bills or a diamond found in the mine. I did lose my shirt at a solitaire tournament. But please have some of my green. Oops, I'm new to this. We have a $50 donation from Anonymous. This year, the best way I can contribute to this great cause is by donating. I am too a speedrunner, and on my free time, I hope that one day I can help, like you guys, raising more money for a charity in a GDQ marathon. Money goes to Chrono Trigger 100%. Earthbound hype!
Хайп. Ну, не знаю, как насчет хайпа.
There we
Сейчас
go.
он пойдет по диагонали налево.
So he'll be
Потому
actually
что
going diagonally down left. There's a specific reason
Есть
for that.
шанс
It's
того,
because
что
when
враги
you do that,
заспавнятся
there
внизу,
there's a chance for enemies to
что
spawn
означает, что вы
at the
пройдете,
bottom
не
of it.
задев ни
And that pretty
одного
much
врага.
guarantees that you will not get an enemy there. So that kind of saves a little bit of time there.
Yeah, there's a goat that will never
Oh,
go
man.
away.
That goat's a nightmare. Just way too much. Well, you can open the present there before you fight it.
Yeah, if you time the check just
Вы
perfectly.
говорите,
actually
открыть
opens it.
подарок перед
Doesn't
тем,
do
как
anything
убить
extra,
его.
just
I
for
did
fun.
not know that. That's pretty cool. Okay.
I learned that one from Falix. Shoutouts to him. He's awesome, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the bottle rocket actually played nicely for you here.
Yeah, so this was potentially one of the worst
Это,
fights
говорит,
in
была
games, where
совершенно
you
ужасная
fight,
битва, бесполезная и
The issue
ненужная.
there is that the worthless protoplasm can call for help, and Jeff is level 1. So as soon as there's a second enemy in that
Сегодня
fight,
мы
you'll go
не
down
пропустим
very
уток.
quickly.
Yeah. No duck skip today.
No duck skip today. That's
Yeah,
very
there's like a slight, actually not a slight.
Есть очень
like a
маленький
super,
микроскопический
super rare
шанс
chance that you
пропустить
can
эту
actually
утку.
skip this duck. It doesn't save a ton of time, but
Обычно
it's
этого не
it's one of those
случается.
things that's like
Даже
super hype
наш
when you
эксперт
get it,
сзади
'cause
видел это
it
всего лишь
almost
один
never
раз.
happens.
I've only seen it like maybe once
Yeah,
or twice.
I've had it 2 times out of like all the time I've been running this game, which is probably about a year now.
Продолжает избивать всякий мусор.
Bubble
no-
Monkey
no
stood
present
still
skip.
there,
Yeah.
forcing me to get into this
Yeah,
extra fight.
present skip, that's what he could have had if Bubble Monkey did cooperate there. Basically what you do is you go down on that wedge there. And the
Коробочки
present
двигаются
pretty
только
much,
в
like,
одном
the way they
направлении,
move,
поэтому
they pretty
он
much
говорит,
can
что
only
путем
move in
сложных
one
манипуляций
direction,
можно
just based on your
уворачиваться от них.
positioning. So he can only move like straight
За
horizontally there.
обезьянки
He can
ничего
actually
не...
dodge it, but you know, once again, Bubble Monkey didn't cooperate, so he unfortunately got into the fight there.
He wants to try to avoid as many fights as he can with Jeff because he doesn't want Jeff to gain too much experience.
Yeah, he does need a particular stat. I believe it's based on his speed. That if it's not a certain value, he can't perform the prick
Игра на
manipulation.
2 часа, бог ты мой.
Yeah, here is the manipulation that he's gonna try to end up doing.
Alright, that'll get us in the front door. Let's see how far we can take this.
Посмотрим, как же далеко он сможет зайти. Как он смог пропустить коробочку.
Very nice.
Excellent.
Very nice.
That's looking
Not
good.
done yet. Hit rapid fire, man.
That's all
Я
it's gotta
напоминаю,
be.
что после Earthbound у нас будет уже хорошая игра. Ну, Принц Персия, Пески времени. А потом у нас будет еще и Deus Ex, Human Revolution. А позже у нас пойдет секция,
Yeah, that's not the most
Silly Games
consistent,
Done Quick.
Manipulation. But,
будут прохождения
he did get it,
Самурай
and that
Пицца, Hello
saves,
Kitty, Manic
I
Restaurant
wanna say
и
about
все
2.5
такого.
minutes.
Честер сырный квест. То, чего
Potentially.
все так долго ждали.
Nice. Yeah, this
На самом
mushroom's
деле нет.
gonna be quite a nightmare. But that does save a ton of time, like upwards of probably about 2.5 minutes. Because ideally you don't want to fight anything, and that'll keep Jeff's speed stat at the value.
Почему он
that it
это
needs to
сделал?
be
Чтобы
in order
сохранить
for him to
скорость
do
этого
the
персонажа
correct
и
manipulation
использовать
later.
манипулирование в будущем.
And here
Манипулирование,
he's
когда
not
он ходит
trying
по
to
карте по
manipulate
определенной
anything,
траектории,
he's
чтобы
getting
враги
past this
спавнились
part.
не на
Because he
его
will be
пути.
saving at Andonut's lab, which is like one of my favorite characters in the Earthbound game in total. But yeah, he's going to be saving after this talk here, because he's gonna. This is where the game gets crazy,
Yeah, this is where
to say the least.
glitchless will and the glitch versions of the runs will really start to diverge.
Absolutely.
Ну, тут надо постоянно перезапускать Nintendo для того, чтобы пропускать ряд диалогов.
I hope games and their runners keep helping people for many years to come.
Yeah, and him walking up actually does matter. While he just got in the Skyrunner, because if he didn't, that would have, you know.
Ну, говорит, нужно было залезть в эту тарелку, иначе бы
for this particular time.
терял свой RNG.
Yeah, I'm going to set up for a very specific battle.
Есть один глюк
once
после
Jeff
этого.
rejoins the
Если
party
он
in
его
3,
правильно
I'm going
сделает.
to try to execute a glitch after that. And if I do it just
А.
wrong, we may
Он
actually
говорит,
have
что ему не
to
придется вот
again.
делать
Hopefully we
глюк.
won't have to.
Yeah. Whenever you do glitched runs, this part can be a really severe time loss, just because this cutscene is so
Говорит, что
long.
мне заложил
So if you fail the
манипуляцию,
manipulation, you gotta
поэтому
watch it all
не
over
стал.
again, and- 'cause there's no save point,
Поэтому ему
from
не
here to
придется
where you
использовать
need to do
в
the
будущем
manipulation.
один глюк, который мог бы
So, like,
компенсировать
this is where
потраченное
the
время.
run can die. Because if you fail at one time, it's just you lose too much time.
I believe it's, what, 3 minutes and 30 seconds for each failure?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
roughly,
huge,
yeah.
it's a huge cutscene, man. But you do get to see a lot of the maps, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, from a gameplay perspective,
Yeah.
I mean, you get to see all these places that you haven't been yet, but
Yeah.
later get to visit. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah. This category is like so much different from glitchless. Like, you know, in this category, it's RTA, which is real-time attack, versus glitchless, which is single segment.
Один
Single
сектор
segment,
не раз... Ну,
usually
один
they
квадрат,
don't
когда у
allow
нас всего,
resets.
мы не можем
In this
перезапустить.
category, you pretty much have to reset because there are
Он даже не
parts
уверен, как нужно
later in the
пройти.
run that I'm not sure even how you would get past.
Как можно пройти эту часть, не манипулируя игрой, потому что очень длинный и тяжелый уровень.
Without manipulation, because you're just such low level.
Пытается найти свой путь здесь.
You're just trying to, like,
НЛО
find his
близко
way
к небу
here.
никому не интересно.
Yeah, Skyrunner's closing in.
That's so silly, man.
Все хотят присоединяться после Earthbound, потому что никто не хочет, никто не любит
He's about
Earthbound.
there.
Just getting ready to land.
Yeah.
10 из 10 взрыв, говорит Аурелиус.
10 out of 10
Хорошо,
landing,
всех
by the
живых.
way. And
Safe execution.
absolutely. It's okay. Everybody's alive.
Я надеюсь, походу к нам вернулся наш дружок. Большой
So I guess
сюрприз.
Paul is back with us again. Surprise.
Yeah.
With the teddy bear.
Говорит,
with
его
the
никогда
teddy
здесь
bear.
не
That
было,
wasn't
но
there
он появился и
before, but
исчез.
magically appears.
And disappears again. I
Yeah.
love that. Where does it go?
Отличный взрыв.
So
Once
the
again,
teddy
you-
bear is actually a huge problem, and he's gonna have to get rid of it.
Yeah. Yeah. This
Надо
part is,
сконцентрироваться,
gonna
всё
be
должно
just
быть
manipulation.
идеальным.
Focus and do everything perfectly.
Так, он будет стоять здесь, около могильного
So
камня.
I'm going to come out here, stand by this gravestone, right about there, and put my back to these zombies.
Triggering a red scroll, which is necessary for this.
Ударил Джеффа, можем посмеяться, все хорошо.
He hits Jeff, the other one will laugh about it. That's good. I get a hit on Paula, and this one is one of two things. It's a hit on Ness. I've got a route for that, so that's okay.
Ну, он закликивает зомби. Ах, слишком захватывающе.
And I'll get a cold here. This is crucial.
Yeah.
There are only 2 movements, and then I try to use.
Это
audio
будет
cues
очень
to time
важный
this.
трюк.
Yeah, this is a pretty precise trick here.
О, очень близко. Ну, в общем,
Close.
залипая на один
Nice.
баганный фрейм, он может полететь за карту. И, соответственно, за картой у нас, как в Skyrim TSL, можем перемещаться
So
между
he
квадратами,
completely went out of
либо они
bounds.
собраны на одной какой-то
Nothing out
плоскости.
of the ordinary, by the way.
Это нам
And,
дало.
so he has the code. What that's gonna do is he's gonna actually he's gonna copy.
Вот это дало нам огромное количество времени, которое мы сэкономили. Примерно, я думаю, минут 10. Это будет очень тяжело.
All right, and let's see if we can get this one. This one is very tough. It's not like some kind of frame perfect or something like that trick,
Yeah.
but it's very tight. All right,
Yeah.
so I think I
Он
can
говорит,
actually get a
что,
little bit
возможно,
more
если он
room if I
перезапустит
reload
игру
that
и будет
save
на
and
парочку
save
пикселей
just a couple
вправо, то у
pixels
него
over
будет
to the
чуть
right, and
шансов
that will
восполнить
probably make the
трюк
difference
еще
that I
раз.
need to get this one.
Или это уже другой.
Yeah. So that previous trick that he just did, If you actually enter stairs
Как он смог пере...
as you're being interrupted
Когда ты на
by
лестнице
a
и появляется
text message
текст,
that says like, oh, you're getting a pizza or like you're getting a cold, it, you know, magically it will just
каким-то
force you out
образом
of bounds
сообщение
for whatever
выталкивает
reason.
немножко
So
персонажа
you
и
take
его
advantage of
вытолкнуло
that. And the whole point of the
на уровень выше.
manipulation is to get that cold.
На лестнице
So
так и
that,
происходит.
if you see if it gets
И
you,
выходит у
very
него
nice.
трюк.
Should be.
No, I took one too many steps that time.
But the whole point is so he can go out of bounds again, and he needs to be at a certain HP as well. This, yeah, this is pretty tight though.
Yeah.
Даже,
The world
говорит,
record
человек
run
с
for
мировым
this is
рекордом
24th
Yeah,
attempt.
he does.
первого razа
actually
не
do it
сделает.
tries. That's a good point. This is another
О,
benefit of
у него вышел этот
buying
трюк.
multiple skip sandwiches
Теперь
as
он
well.
летит в следующие
Very
экраны.
nice, very nice.
There we go.
Иисус ходит по воде,
Just walking
небольшое
on water,
дело.
it's fine. Dude, walking on water, no big deal. It's... Oh, and also, so he opened the sound stone because whenever you do get out of bounds, you need to either pull up your town map or the sound stone, just like what he's doing here. And because when you're out of
Использовать
bounds,
Soundstone, потому что
the
иначе карта
maps
будет
don't
загружена
load
плохо.
correctly. And what pulling out the sound
Just
stone
скинуть.
or pulling out the map does is actually resets everything. So you know, that way he can actually enter the area here and get into the underworld.
So there are two things that I need to do before I can actually just go fight Gygas and try to beat the game.
Говорит, что пойдет
The
бить.
first one is falling
Что есть
down
два
the hole
варианта,
that I
как
just
закончится.
fell down.
Первый — это
And
провалиться
then
в
while I'm
дырку.
down here, I'm going to pick up a couple items
Дело,
that are going to be
походу.
useful later on in this run.
Вроде как он
The
идет
other
уже
thing that I need to do is
заканчивается этой
defeat
игрой и
Mrs.
бить
Knight,
финального
which is the
босса.
next place that we're going to be going.
Тяжелейшая часть за весь ран.
Which is one of the hardest parts in the entire run because it's heavily manipulated. And there's like little
И от
to
ничего что мог бы
nothing
сделать,
you can
кроме
do
как
to back it
попробовать
up
еще
besides
раз.
try again. And also, you'll note that he made a duplicate of his file there. And that's because he's actually going to be using that file later so we can continuously go out of bounds. And I'm not going to quite spoil it yet of why it happens.
Файлом, который
He will be
я
using that
использую его
file
куда
much
позже,
later.
чтобы
Throughout the entire run,
устранить
actually.
глюки, связанные с такими вот перемещениями
Alright, so
по
I got
карте.
that Horn of Life. I'm going to use that to resurrect Paula here in a little bit. I'm going to use another Death Warp to leave here, if I can find an enemy.
А вот и динозавр.
Put me in, coach.
Yeah, he's going to purposely die here so we can go back to the title.
Ничего не может делать динозавром, нужно только идти
You got
на
one
экран
damage,
загрузки.
you had a chance.
Close.
Yeah.
Либо избегаешь,
So that'll put us back
либо
in.
начинаешь по новой.
And now I'm going to take a short little walk over here to get the player name incentive.
Right.
Он
All
идет
I have to do for that. There's a guy
в место,
here.
где
He
он
would give me a
получил
phone
номер
number,
своего
but I don't really
персонажа.
need that. So I'm just going to walk right back out the
Yes,
door.
the Stoic Club, whatever that is.
You get a phone call from Tony. He's looking for Jeff, but we're not Jeff.
Yeah.
Just put the receiver close to his ear. He'll hear.
While you guys are putting the name,
Почему ребята решили сделать имя своему персонажу? Потому что им пожертвовали
Wow.
Wow.
$1000 на это.
It says, this donation is made in memory of Satoru Iwata. Without him,
Почтили
Earthbound
память
would have never
Iwata.
been the incredible game we get to
Iwata.
watch and break
Кто
during
бы этой
SGDQ
игрой
this year.
никогда не было.
Iwata-san, you will always have a place in the hearts of Earthbound, Kirby, Pokemon, Nintendo, and gaming fans the world
Кто
over.
ты,
We
Ник
thank you for your
Iwata,
memorable contributions to
Iwata-san.
video games and your love for the gaming community. You're a true inspiration to anyone wishing to pursue their passion and make their dreams come
Именно
true.
поэтому они
Please
и
put this
потратили
donation directly
время
towards a link to the past
по
100%.
поводу того,
I
что
hope
им
it's a
зажертвовали
great
$1000,
Earthbound
и
run.
теперь
Mofro.
обещание выполнено. Пусть идти дальше.
All right, so what I did there real quick is resurrect all
Такой
of that
Ивата.
life that I picked up not too long ago. I also threw out our teddy bear. There's a fun little glitch that happens if you don't
Вот
get
это у
rid of
нас
the teddy bear later on.
президент
it
компании
will solve
Nintendo,
all the game.
один из,
So we're trying to avoid that. Here, I need to walk out of this door.
который
I'm
у
going to go
нас
stand on these
недавно
stairs. I'm going
умер.
to get one of 3 RNG values, and
Буквально
we're going to
2
see which one I
недели
get, and I have
назад.
to respond accordingly. So this NPC walks up and then back down.
Всем доброе
So to
утро,
account for
опять же
this,
на нашем стриме.
I'm always going to get the same thing when I
Продолжаем
reload the
идти.
save, but not necessarily the same thing between different runs, if that makes sense. So what I'm going to do here to work around that is load up the second save file, wait around for a
Два
second.
файла сейчас получит
Take a tick
урон
of cold
и
damage and resave
перезагрузит
the game.
игру, но для чего пока не объяснил.
It's one of those billion things about this game that can, you know, advance the RNG.
Делают вторую версию
So you
глюка с
saw the first
лестницей.
version of the stairs glitch earlier. We're going to do the second version here. So Ness is at really low health and he has a cold and he's just going to stand out here on the beach in summers. Maybe that's not the best idea.
It just
Do I want to keep playing?
Аурели вот
No,
шутит,
I'm
что не
good.
будет продолжать играть, но да, у него
yeah,
нет
so
выбора.
interesting property. If you die on the stairs,
И он загрузил другое сохранение и вылетел за пределы
save file.
карты.
out of bounds.
Да-да.
Yep.
Magic.
Yeah, it's literally.
The game
No
forgets
idea.
to reset a flag that
Yeah.
stops you from clipping against walls, so you can just walk wherever you
No
want.
idea. Just
It's gone through
yeah,
places.
yeah. So that's like a really good reason
Чем же
why
ему
he
такое
got the
маленькое
cold
ХП?
and was at really low HP before, because that way he doesn't have to wait around for him to die.
Да, 1
so
хп у
long.
каждого
So
персонажа,
it's,
его
at
убьют
5
еще
HP,
несколько
it's
раз.
relatively quick. So
Это поможет ему
And we're already at
выживать
magic
дольше.
hand.
yeah, that's pretty mind-blowing, man. Honestly.
How did you
But-
do
Это одна из самых трудных
Yeah.
частей, которые
But yeah, this is one of the hardest parts of the manipulation in the entire run, because you only pretty much have one shot from the place where he was
тонна
at, so
манипуляции.
it's just a tons of
Да,
manipulation.
манипуляция. Главное,
You also
он
have to be
пытается,
wary of your
чтобы
movement too, so this takes
враги не
this takes a ton of
спавнились на его
practice.
пути. Это и есть манипуляция.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Его
be surprised if we
понимание.
had to make more than one attempt here. But so far, it
И,
seems okay.
соответственно, в нашем данный момент.
We have a $50 donation from Anonymous. Awesome event.
Поэтому сейчас самое
Earthbound
время
always
читать
brings back a
пожертвования,
lot of great
потому
memories.
что тут
Keep it up,
нужно
guys.
просто
What you're
ходить
doing is
кругами и
amazing.
жмакать
Money
кнопочку
goes to
разговор.
Runner's Choice. I have another $200 donation from Kid Redgrave. I'm a dungeon, he's a dungeon, she's a dungeon, we're a dungeon. Wouldn't you like to be a dungeon too? Be a dungeon. Mash be a whole lot. Good luck with your run and Earthbound hype.
Ну все,
Hi.
продолжает манипулировать игрой.
So far, everything's going perfectly smoothly here.
Yeah.
And so, for the most part, I've been trying to keep enemies from spawning.
Он
However,
не
I can't
может
actually
влиять
stop
на
these
то,
cracks
сколько
from
врагов
doing their own
спавнится, но
count.
может
What I
прекрасно
can
влиять
affect
на
is
то,
where they
где.
spawn.
Ну,
So
я
I can
это
put
уже
them in really
объяснял.
convenient spots so that I don't have to fight them, hopefully.
Пока что все хорошо. Еще не подрались ни с одной
And this
этой
looks good so
кракозяброй.
far.
Yeah, and fighting a Kraken would pretty much be an instant reset.
Yeah.
Будем драться со злой частью
At that
Брайана.
point, the RNG
Оскар.
is not, you know, what it needs to be.
Alright, let's see what I get. That's good.
И
really
у
wanted to
него
use rock.
получилось.
Yeah, I can
Очень
see
хорошо.
that.
Отлично.
Yeah, it worked out anyway.
Yeah, very nice, very nice.
Идеальная игра, он
literally
не
all
совершил ни
perfect
одной
play.
ошибки.
He did not make a single mistake during any of that, and like I said, there's no lenience. So
Но если
if he
сейчас
made
он
even
совершит
one
хоть одну маленькую
slight,
ошибку,
tiny
придется
error,
все
he
это
would have had to
проходить
reset,
по
try
новой.
all that stuff again.
Игру, ну,
So he
весь
basically
отрывок.
manipulated
Или он
Ness's
плавал,
nightmare to
ходил
basically
где-то
attack itself and end its own life.
Yeah, it uses Flash B, right?
Its glorious light attack is the same as a Flash Omega, and I think it's like
Oh,
a
okay.
5 in 8 chance of a one-hit KO. And so we use Paula's Prayer to confuse him, so he uses it on
Сейчас он
himself.
получил очень много XP и
He
левел-апается.
got a tiny bit of EXP, so he's leveling up for quite a bit here.
Yeah, we got about 3.5 minutes of this.
What level were you at? Like 9 or something?
Ness was 9, Paula
Yeah.
was 1.
Yeah. Nothing out of
Это
the
хорошее
ordinary.
время
Beating
для
Ness is not very
пожертвований, он
level
напнул
it's okay.
очень много
Might be a
уровней.
good time for donations.
Yep.
All right, we got a
Но стрим держит
$150
Кирилл, как
donation from
обычно.
Andrew S200. This is for my
Это
sister
его
Vanessa. I'll never forget how much
кредо.
time we spent
Он
playing
скоро
Earthbound
будет, он
together.
присоединится к нам на Принц Персии.
$1 to each
Есть
time my
все-таки потребность
Casey
пирамид,
bet
и иногда нужно
I have a
отвлекаться
$100
от
donation from
марафона.
Ravage Talon. Hi everyone, I always love the GDQ marathons and I'm glad to give to a great
Ой,
cause.
пирамида
Shout out to all the
потребностей.
runners and hosts and hope to see you again.
Раннее утро.
We have a $50 donation from Professor Ness. I doubt this is a wait 2 minutes % run, so there's only so much I can add. Could I argue it's your best interest to save the animals so the sprites don't hold a grudge against you in a future play? I have a $50 donation from Miss Mage to kill the animals or to save the animals. It's not really that interesting of a question. Let's work towards more better runs.
Что за
instead.
тема с
I'm
убийством
going
животным,
towards LTTP
животных?
100%.
В том, что
I also got a
в
$100
Метроиде
donation from Jason
можно будет
Schreier.
спасти или убить
SGDQ
животных,
rocks. Shoutouts to
и
all the
никто не
Kotaku
любит
readers
спасать
watching.
животных.
Thank you,
Поэтому
Grappers, for your $50
поэтому
donation. Thank you so
на
much for
игроков
running
оставили
Earthbound this
решать,
summer.
спасать животных или
Best
нет.
game. $50 from Emperor Khufu. Hey guys, great job with the run so far. Looking forward to even more coming up. Also, this is summer games done quick, not summer games done slightly slower to save some ungrateful animals. This $50 is going to kill the animals. P.S. Poor Buzz Buzz. Anonymous, thank you for your $50 donation. Good luck
Сейчас
on
ему
the
говорят,
run,
что
Aurelius.
спасибо за игры,
My
хоть
favorite
вы и
games, even though you're
уничтожили мое
destroying my
детство.
childhood. So thanks for that. Shout out to Kayla. Just try not to wreck the couch.
I'm sorry about that, man. That's what I do.
Они продолжают, кажется, получать уровни,
$50
как
for
же
Mr.
их много.
Magnificent. Love the event, love the cause, love the frames. Kill those animals. Thank you, Endodo, for $50. I'm so excited for this Earthbound run. This level of RNG manipulation is unreal. Good luck, Aurelix. PK hype.
Hype. Hype. Hype.
I have a $100 donation from Willy Kit. This is my 3rd year watching GDQ events. They're always such fun, inspiring events. So glad to be able to donate this time. Keep up the good work and save those animals. I have a $50 donation from NK. I had to donate during Earthbound/Mother because my mother loved the Soundstone melody, and it always reminds me of her. Putting this donation towards Chrono Trigger 100%, another one of her favorites.
Теперь Несс стал невероятно силен.
Gets extremely overpowered due to those level ups. He becomes, it's absurd. Like, it's impossible for you to die at this point. Also, you might be asking why we don't just go straight to the end of the game. There are like flags in this game that you must like complete in order to not soft lock the game as you're beating the final boss. Like Many Many Statue, for example, you have to beat him. You can't beat the game without a soft locking at the end. So we have to pretty much bypass those flags. So that's one of the requirements.
Так, у нас новый член группы.
Alright, so we got a new party member. Pooh showed up. Surprise. We're also in a place we've never been before.
Тут Пух.
I'd say Pooh's my favorite out of all 4. Probably.
Yeah, he's my favorite.
It's pretty
character
awesome.
in this.
Он хочет проверить
Check
статы
real quick.
Пу, потому что
I just
они
wanna
могут быть
double check
совершенно
his stats
рандомные.
because they are kind of random. And it's actually possible if his stats were completely random, they would be low enough. I'm going to talk to him twice here. It's possible the stats would be so low that I wouldn't be able to use my manipulation route against
Ну, у
Gaigus.
Пу хорошие
That would be in a
способности,
really,
поэтому не
really
будет
bad
никаких
way
проблем
to
в
fight.
битве с
But it
Гайгусом.
looks okay, so we should be good to go.
Well, that's disappointing.
And so we've been out of Onet, if I had to guess, probably about
Они
an hour or
поиграли
so.
уже, отыграли примерно час.
Before I leave, actually, there's a
почти
little quirk
час
here. I have to
они
walk
примерно.
out and back into to this door in Saturn Valley. Otherwise, I won't be able to teleport back later because the game thinks I've never visited this place before.
You have to technically visit a place, even if it's just for a second, and they'll appear on your teleport list. But yeah, like you said, if you don't actually load the place manually, it won't appear there. So it's kind of important that he does that.
Him forgetting that would just basically end his run.
Yeah, that'd be terrible.
I could fix it for the sake of the marathon, but it would take like 10 to 15 minutes. And so they told me to go get that meteorite piece from Onett. So I teleported to Winters. You're probably expecting by this point some kind of shenanigans to occur, and you would be right.
Yeah, absolutely. Wouldn't be which percent without him. Yeah, so once again, he's going to faint on the stairs and just reload the other file so he can go out of bounds again. And the reason he went to Winters is to make it a bit faster traveling from the Winters shop to where he needs to go, which is the...
Почему он это сделал? Потому что так будет намного быстрее и намного безопаснее.
Absolutely. Because you don't have to run into a bunch of enemies.
Yeah, flying through everywhere.
Вы проскочит каждую часть карты.
Just gonna pass through like every part of the map.
Yeah.
Потому что в игре есть всего одна гигантская карта, как я
sprawling map inside the
экранов,
game's like data.
Yeah.
проскакивать
So
сквозь
just
текст.
by knowing like where all these different places are in like the game's memory, I can just walk
Говорит
right
такое
to
с
them.
игрой.
Then I reload the area by using either a sound stone or the town map, and I just appear where I want to appear.
It's a bit faster to use the town
Да,
map,
я
so you
тоже
don't
жду
have to,
принца
you don't,
Персии.
like, see the animation or whatever. It's just pretty instant.
He also
Определенному
RNG
голосу
manipulated it early
я
on,
не
so
являюсь
there was
большим
no spawns when
большим
you walked
фанатом игры
from
Earthbound.
house to shop.
Yeah, that's one benefit of the slightly slower route where I had to reset and take a tick of damage there. The bright side is that there were no spawns that I needed to worry about.
Так, он дал ему нужный кусочек, теперь все должно
So you
заработать.
give him the meteorite piece and he just gets to work, man.
Do a little bit of inventory management here. I need to equip that bat I got earlier, and I need to make sure the brain food lunch is in exactly the spot you saw it.
Yep. So an item abuse glitch that he's going to use later. Basically, the
Но
item abuse
нет,
glitch
я не уверен.
is
Версия розыгрыш. На
glitch
Сонике,
where you
по-моему,
can
точно должен быть
infinitely
розыгрыш.
use a particular food item in your inventory, but it can only be done in battle. Basically, the way it works is if you have a condiment or something that you can put on the food item before you actually use it in combat,
Использовать
as long
предмет,
as the food item that you intend to use is
Ну, использовать предмет
after
еды перед тем,
the
перед
listed
битвой, иначе она
items,
будет куда
before you
тяжелой,
use it,
куда более тяжелой.
it will not actually use, like in this case, the brain food lunch.
Тем он
It'll actually
использует
use
еще один предмет поверх первого.
the secondary item that was put on top of it.
Еда
So
для
you can
мозга,
keep using
brain
those, and
food lunch.
In this route, he's only going to get one brain food lunch.
Yeah. I only need to use one brain food lunch in this
Если
route
бы
as long
ХП
as
Пу было
everything
ниже
stays on
по
the rails.
случайным статам,
If,
то
like,
вряд ли
Poo's
бы он
HP was
смог
too low and I
побить
had to
этого
try to
босса.
do this fight, the
Ему бы
old-fashioned
приходилось
way, without
поднять
any kind of
целый
manipulation.
soul pack.
Then I would go pick up a whole bunch of salt packets and use those. And basically, as I eat these brain food lunches, it just takes away the salt packets
Упоминается в
instead.
этом контексте.
Yep. Yeah,
Thankfully,
А
those
на
notes are
YouTube
okay, so I don't need to worry
выложат
about that part too much.
выложат
It's
во
just
всех
the
прохождениях,
location
как
of
только закончится игровой
trying to
марафон.
menu
Они
perfectly
появятся
later
почти
on.
сразу же.
This guy, I guess.
Yeah, I used to do the fight the old-fashioned way back like 2 years ago. Whenever I did this 80% route.
And so we're getting ready to get sent back in time here.
Поскольку у нас здесь кат-сцена, сейчас будем собирать пожертвования.
All right, we have a $200 donation for Brouhaha. Shout out to the organizers and a great job for running the SGDQ. Always entertaining to see the runners do their thing. Though I was never a Nintendo kid, it's clear the massive impacts Satoru Iwata made on the video games. Rest in
Ну, я бы
peace,
не сказал,
Iwata-san.
что займет недели.
Thank you so much, Ocarcius, for your $3
Твича
donation.
можно
Hello
принести
from the
прямо на
Earthbound
YouTube всего одной
community. We are all
кнопочкой.
hanging out, watching you together.
Займет,
Good luck
если
on the run.
хорошо,
May
если все
Gaia's
хорошо,
final
то
attack
один
not
день
destroy the
всего. То
stream.
есть, скорее всего,
Kappa.
уже 3 или
We
4
have a $100
августа
donation
мы
from a
сможем...
banana saying, I am a banana.
Да, 3-4 августа у нас уже, собственно, будут все
Thank you,
прохождения.
Evan222, for your $50 donation. Aurelix is a wizard. Can you RNG Buzz back to life?
Носатая
Good luck on the rest of
капсула
the run.
кастует волны.
We have a $20 donation from Nightshade. Thank you for the event. We look forward to Games Done Quick every time. Shoutouts to the host, Aurelix, and some other speedrunners such as Aquas. Great job, Aquas, on that Ghouls and Ghosts run Monday. Donation goes towards Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga Glitch Showcase.
Продолжает жертвовать деньги, а он перезапускает игру.
Earthbound was a big part of my childhood,
Скорее
and it's
всего,
so
он опять
awesome
будет
to see it
лететь
run for a
куда-то
great
сквозь
cause.
карты.
Fuzzy Pickles and donations to the runner's choice.
Да, Deus Ex. Ну, приятно всегда смотреть на современные игры. Например, Kingdom Hearts проходили очень интересно. Просто проходишь спид-раны по RPG, а это у нас что-то вроде RPG.
Not to mention all of those enemies are still very, very strong. Ness is fairly overpowered, but the rest of the party doesn't stand a chance.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. And once again, those inputs that he did as part of the manipulation, so he must do that.
So we'll do a little moonwalk in here. And now we're walking into different areas, and as you walk around as a robot, the game still wants to make a sound.
Выключили звук, потому что роботы очень сильно брякают, когда идут. Понизили чуток.
Oh, this is the best one.
Тут он очень аккуратненько подловил кадр, чтобы пройти сквозь гору. Продолжает манипулировать игрой, чтобы спамить врагов где-то подальше. Видите, идти по этим, я не знаю, кишкам или песку очень просто, потому что линия очерчена, то есть запомнить порядок перемещения очень легко.
I guess at level 38.
Normal run.
Yeah, it's fine.
I don't see anything
You
wrong
got,
here.
you got this, dude.
Seems legit.
You got this.
So we'll figure out very quickly in the first round whether I've still got my RNG manipulation going or not. And if not, I'll just reset and have to give it another try. Because there's no, any kind of tell along the way, none of those really exist. So I just have to find out in the first round.
Всем... Ох, продолжаются битвы Рилюкса с Earthbound, Лазом, Эриком Картманом в этой Эрик Картман на корабле Метроида, наш босс.
Jeff will take lethal damage here.
Yeah, and Glitch was seeing Rockin' A during this fight is amazing. Because Rockin' B will pretty much, it can end your run very easily.
And here I actually need to tap very quickly. This is what Andy was talking about when he donated about.
Нужно очень четко высчитывать время перед тем, как ударить этого босса, как он говорит. Ну, иначе, как мы все знаем, палится в тартарары.
I must say the music is pretty hype at this point. Like you wouldn't expect a soundtrack like this, like during this fight, after hearing all the music in the game. It's pretty awesome.
Правильно, избивать его. Продолжает возобновлять щит, чтобы оставаться.
as well as literally making no mistakes.
Если он ошибется хотя бы раз,
And if I make a
придется
single
переигрывать
here,
всю
I'll have to
эту битву.
reset to start the whole thing
That's
over.
Dunzo.
По новой. Отлета до точки.
In the glitchless route, you would actually use Jeff to use bottle rockets against this final fight here, but you don't actually have those in this route, so you must manipulate your way through it.
And so for this first part, we paralyzed Pokey just because he happens to be susceptible to it, and then this has enough HP to take those PSI rocking attacks. Meanwhile, Paula can put up a shield and survive. For the next two phases, I'm going to be abusing a combination of the solidifies from PSI freeze and the roughly 1 in 6 chance that Gygas will just choose not to
Маленький
attack on
глюк
his
здесь.
turn. Also a little glitch there.
Too spooky for me.
We have a $50 donation from Fence Dude. First time donator.
И животных
Donate because I've
призывают
never seen
некоторые
Earthbound
донаторы.
broken this thoroughly. Save those animals.
Ну, тут у нас опять огромное количество повышенных левелов за убийство босса, потому что
And that's
на
what I was talking
протяжении
about
игры
earlier,
боссы
where it
почти
has to
не
be in that
умирали.
exact spot.
Yeah, in the old route, you would have to buy like 6 or 7 salt packets because you didn't actually manipulate this fight. So you would have to abuse the brain food lunch glitch.
Alright, and this should be the end of phase 2.
Very nice. It's not quite done yet. Even though this is the easiest part of a normal run, where all you do is pray, keep in mind that he doesn't have the C pendant or the Franklin badge or any of those items to make him safe. For instance, like in the glitchless run, you pretty much just pray and you're pretty much safe here. But he does not have any of those items.
Он
so
прошел
he
почти
still
все
needs to do it
идеально.
perfectly.
Again, pretty much, if I was
Сейчас он не
trying to
будет
do
использовать
this
манипуляции
without
и
any kind
будет
of manipulation,
полагаться
I would
только
only be
на
relying on
удачу,
the roughly 1 in 6
как
chance
говорит
that
он
Gygas
нам.
chooses not to attack on his turn,
Yeah,
and that's really not a place you want to be.
Сейчас будет большой промежуток катсцен, поэтому
This is a
будут
long
зачитывать
sequence
по
of cutscenes,
жертвованию.
so if you want to read off donations.
Sure.
Go
I got a $250 donation from CD Mustang. It's a nice to experience the nostalgia watching the run. 100% to the Chrono
Hype.
Trigger 100% run. Earthbound hype. Got a $100 donation from Anonymous. First time watching GDQ live. Keep up the great work on the Earthbound run. Hoping to see all of Link to the Past. We have a $20 donation from Bruce Cinnamon. Every time
Стрим
Earthbound is on
смотрим
stream, it
через
warms my heart.
лайвстрим
The
на
girl on the
основном
couch reminds me of
канале,
that
да.
friend on the football team that played Dungeons and
Просто
Dragons with me.
наш
So
стрим
it's also
я
warms my
немножко в
heart. More
будущем,
money for
потому
more
что Кирилл его
RPGs,
держит и,
Chrono
соответственно,
Trigger
имеет
100%.
небольшую задержку.
So I just double tapped the right button there when I came down. Sometimes battles converge, so I'm going to just take a chance here and see if I get the right result, but I didn't, so I'm going to have to do that over.
Yeah, see,
Сейчас будет тяжелейшая часть через весь ран.
absolutely the hardest part about the entire run because you have to
15 минут будет длиной, и
15
поэтому
minutes
маленькая
straight.
ошибка
And one little tiny error, like he
приведет
did,
к тому, что нам придется
it's enough to just,
проходить это еще 15 минут.
And it's crazy, as error just as small as that makes you have to start all the way over, but
Yeah.
Проваливаться на секунду, да.
We
Возможно,
have a
есть
$100
такое, но
donation from Master
для
Mastar.
технической части
Earthbound was my first RPG and is still one of the greats in my book. This glitch run is crazy amazing. Keep it up, guys. Also,
Продолжают
let's save
собирать
those lights,
пожертвования.
Mancha. Thank you, Cranberry, for your $60 donation. I just had to donate during the Earthbound block. My husband and I both have separate but wonderful memories playing this game as children. $15 donations from North Rivers. Shout outs from the donation table to all the awesome donators that have kept me busy during the Earthbound run. Thank you, Time Lost, for your $50 donation. First time catching this event. Awesome job to all the runners. 100%
Неужели им придется
chrono
сбивать
for the
босса
win.
еще один раз?
Brian also donates a $50 donation. Wow, Earthbound was one of my favorite games growing up, and seeing it broken
Да,
so
кажется,
severely is a
я
treat.
точно не уверен,
The
но,
run is
по-моему,
bringing
они
back
бьют
all my
босса
memories
еще
through
один
terrific
раз,
music,
и значит мы
psychedelic backgrounds, and awful
задерживаемся, в
stickers
принципе,
that came with the
Персии.
strategy guide.
Могли бы
Still got
уже
those.
почти закончить.
Ginger Wolf also sends a
А
$50
нет, я
donation.
был
I
неправ.
cannot grasp the true form of
Здесь я не
Aurelius'
вижу.
speedrun. That RNG manipulation. Thanks for running one of my favorite games
Где
of
же
all time. If it wasn't for Iwata
мы
saving
увидим?
the day, we might have never seen the release of this amazing game. Hopefully one year we will see a Mother 3 run. So keep up the great work. Put this $50 towards Runner's Choice.
Да, кажется,
Have
придется
a
биться с
$140
боссом
donation from Sherry. What a great way to raise money for such a great
проклятой
cause.
Поки.
Shoutouts to James. We know you're watching. Enjoy. We have a $60 donation from Logan217. Needed to
Хочется в
donate
очередной
after
раз
seeing that
убить
sick
животных
mosaic.
нас.
Save the frames, kill the animals.
У нас тут очередная битва, в которой
Alright, so again, we'll see in the very first
моб
round here whether
будет
we have a
обновлять
choice
бесконечный
low.
щит, а Аурелиукс будет тыкать в него всеми персонажами подряд, поэтому я думаю, можно тут даже озвучивать Кизура, мы, если что, через Кюрс держим трансляцию.
We have a $50 donation from Brawlman. Donating during Earthbound run because I love this game. And I'm excited to see what's gonna happen. I love
А Кирилл
HGDQ and I
вернется
hope
уже с
everything
минуты
goes
на
well.
минуту,
Good
потому
luck,
что
everyone.
вряд ли захочет пропускать принц Персии.
Mr. Pilgrim, thank you for your $55 donation. The Mother series is one of the only Japanese RPG series that I've been able to play to completion. I'm hyped to see one of my favorite games get destroyed by a pro. Also put this morning towards the Luigi Mansion speedrun race, since Luigi's Mansion is another one of my favorite games that I've played countless times. And save the animals. From Daniel138, saw a few speedruns ages ago and got hooked. Love what you guys are doing. It's a great cause. Keep up the great work. $100 donation from
Мы через Кюрс
Arcade.
сидим,
I love Earthbound, and this run is amazing. Putting this towards Luigi's Mansion 100%.
не Skype, а Кюрс. Он куда более релевантен для наших целей.
Don't forget, guys, that this is still your last chance to put in those donations to go to those lovely prizes. Donating $5 will get you a chance to win a few amount of items. One would be an Earthbound bag, an Earthbound NES reproduction cartridge, or a Mr. Saturn plushie, as you can see on the couch right there. And if you donate $15, you will get your chance at an Earthbound card. And I know
Продолжают
most
избивать
people
Поки.
want their hands on that.
It's like one of the
Засчитывать
rarest,
пожертвования.
Super Nintendo cartridges out there.
Yeah, like the
I-
cheapest is probably like 180 on eBay.
Yeah, it's
It's insane.
fortunately my brother kept the cartridge throughout all our lives, so it was pretty nice.
Got an anonymous $30 donation. Loving this entire thing. All the runs are great. Glad to support a great cause, even if it has a negatively
Также
impacted my
продолжают
work
просить избить.
productivity. Also, killed those animals. Got a $100 donation from Nat C. My mom just handed me her credit card and told me to donate. Put this towards Blind Them All Blue Run, if that is already cleared. I love everyone currently in the room. Heart.
Alright, so we'll see phase 2 again here. And that same glitch again.
We have a $50 donation from Jared Herbert. Earthbound was one of the first games I played. The nostalgia is real. A great run here from Aurelius and excellent commentary from Caleb. If you haven't played this game, please consider it. One of Satoru Iwata's and Shigesato Itoi's best creations.
I have to agree. It's a crazy game, and if you don't understand what's going on, that's perfectly normal. It's just the nature of this game. You have to play it to understand.
I mean, even if you do play it, you're still going to be confused, so there's no guarantee.
I know I still am at times.
I'm not gonna lie, as many times as I've speedrun this game, I couldn't tell you the story. I honestly couldn't. I have no idea.
Так, надеюсь, в этот раз у него все получится, потому что смотреть еще раз, как он тыкает Earthbound, будет уже почти не.
But the Earthbound community is really, really, really strong.
Не то чтобы невозможно, но тяжело, точно.
If you played it, you more than likely love it to death. And the Earthbound community is just so attached to this game. It's really nice.
Everyone in it is amazing.
Yeah. Like for instance, the donation comment a while back was making a ton of Earthbound references.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're pretty much back to where we were.
This is the salty run back.
We have a $50 donation from your arch rival. This is my second year watching SGDQ and first time donating. I just had to donate during the Earthbound run since it was one of my favorite games growing up, and I'm excited to see it done quickly. Love what you guys are doing, so keep up the good work. Thank you, Lapis, for your $50 donation. Loving this year's lineup. Here's $50 for the Chrono Trigger 100%
Продолжаю
run,
читать
and the two runners
пожертвования.
who got me into speedrunning, Wexel and Essentia. Go fast.
Alright, this round, I'm actually going to take a hit here from Gygas. This is expected. And he'll use the equivalent of a flash attack, and it will paralyze both of my party members. But that's perfectly okay. I can be paralyzed and still pray.
Да-да, впервые пользуюсь. Алло, привет.
Слышите ли вы Тезура, ребята, в чате, пожалуйста,
So,
пишите.
here are these guys. I have no
Да.
idea who they are.
Так, у тебя сейчас какое время на стриме
We never beat
на
up
его
with this
таймере?
one, but,
She's just
1:22.
though. She's like, hey,
Да,
can
да,
you
Ну,
please
1,
help
22.
us?
Pray to those guys that
А секунды?
I've met in my life,
20,
if you could help us, that'd
21,
be great.
22 у меня.
01, 22. Ну, у меня сейчас. А, стоп, не туда смотрю. Да, у
Да.
меня. Нет, у меня 1, 22, 30. Вот сейчас.
Ага, отлично. Ну, что мы в синке с тобой.
We have a $200 donation from T-Pocket to the Apple of Enlightenment.
Закрыть окошечко. Так, сейчас меня вообще нормально слышно там, без фигни?
Yeah, guys, these are some
Ну,
really
так,
awesome donations.
слышно
Да.
нормально. Нужно узнать в чате у людей, слышно ли тебя. Ну,
Ага. Ну, пока молчат. Ну ладно, подождем.
потому что мало кому нравится смотреть на
This is the
этот
first start of
Earthbound.
preschool. We just
Наконец-то
walked past it, but this is where,
они справились.
Colin's
Кажется, они...
parents are.
Yeah.
Нет, это еще...
The preschool, right?
Yeah.
And the random cat just
Это
always
никогда не
sleeping on the-
закончится. Так, блин, а тут... А, танцевальное дело... А, ага, окей. Потому что не
There's
нравится
not too
сама
much
концепция
manipulation as far as, like,
voice activation.
but once
Сейчас
again,
ищу, как
he
выключить.
needs to make sure to do everything absolutely perfectly, or else he's gonna have to.
А, ладно,
reset
бог
it.
с ним. Вроде нормально.
And there's still one trouble spot outside of just making a mistake.
Так,
And I'll point it out when we get there.
Got another $50 donation from Jade23. Thank you for breaking my favorite game.
Продолжают зачитывать пожертвования. Судя по радостным лицам, смотрящим на экран, это конец.
Thank you all for your
Ура.
hard work.
Нет. У нас продолжается битва с обезумевшими обоями.
Да это вообще какой-то дум. Мрак какой-то.
$55.55 to Todd Schisler. It's
Ты
incredible
вообще
that you
вкурил?
guys beat the game
Ты
in
вообще
the time it took
суть разобрался, что сейчас происходит? Я не особо смотрел. Да.
Собственно, что тут происходит? В основном только то, что... Короче, он ходит по карте и, выбирая правильную траекторию пути, делает так, чтобы враги спавнились где-то в стороне от него, а не на его пути, и в этом, собственно, состоит почти вся техническая часть Earthbound. И он перезаходит между двумя сейвами и улетает за карту, и ходит между экранами. Такие дела.
Блин, с такими-то ООБ, чё ж не за 10 минут игра проходится.
Ну вот, потому что это же РПГ, и
Да.
тут есть еще битвы с мобами, не только платформы.
Мегабоссы, которых приходится валить по 100 раз.
Тут полчаса били предыдущего босса с 2 попыток.
Нормально.
Не
Это
знаю,
как-
не знаю. Ничего
это
нормально.
как В покемоне Red, по-моему, там один из последних боссов, РНЖ марафон, там приходится веселиться на полную, там столько нарисовать можно, а можно и не нарисовать. Может не Red, я не помню, слушай, какой покемон, я не знаток.
Так, ну я тоже не знаток в покемонов. У нас сколько примерно осталось? Ну, минут 10 максимум. Уже можно будет играть в Принц Персии. Смотреть, как играть в Принц Персии.
Принц Персии играют сейчас очень стильно,
Да, вообще,
громковато.
я думаю, что
Так, давай
куда
тогда
более,
попробуем.
как можно, куда более динамично, чем Earthbound.
Да, жаль, что кто, по-моему, Котти посылал Warrior Within, тоже Принц Персии, но он то ли не прошел, то ли Котти не смог, не помню. Очень жаль, что он как бы дополнительно не прошел. Потому что, то есть, как бы Sense of Time вполне показывает, что с игрой сделали, а Warrior Within показывает, что это даже не моя финальная форма. Потому что, являясь самой длинной игрой Принц Персии, она превращается просто в 20-минутный «что здесь происходит». Очень забавно. Так, микрофон говорят громко.
Продолжают говорить хайп, и мы все еще деремся с этой кучей пикселей, с этим пиксельным месивом.
Вот теперь должно быть у меня, наверное, потише. Я микрофон сделал поскромнее.
И наконец-то 1.27.07. Слава богу, господа, мы пересидели Earthbound. Наконец-то скоро у нас будет Принц Персии и Deus Ex.
Давайте похлопаем вместе с чатиком. Все похлопаем. Наконец-то будут игры. Ну хотя, кто-нибудь может убить из своего слова. Все же, это же более-менее такое RPG, это же не Final Fantasy на 10 часов.
Я думаю, с Final Fantasy на 10 часов в руках этого парня осталось бы...
Ну да. Какой там недавно? 6-й, что ли, Final Fantasy? Что они с 7 до 3 часов уже? Бля, я не помню, слушай, какой-то.
Что? Что ты спросил?
Да я говорю, какой-то Final Fantasy, то ли 7-й, то ли 6-й недавно бежали с 7 до 3 часов.
Да, хорошо, что я этого не видел.
Это было на последнем SGDQ, на зимой было.
Так, после Deus Ex у нас будет целая секция нелепых игр, походу.
Да, я бы просидел на них, но мне надо сделать дела и потом еще вернуться к
Ничего
Earthbound трейлу.
страшного, у нас
И потом...
найдется человек точно, который возьмется за эту секцию игры.
На Chrono Trigger у нас вроде есть специальный человек, который будет пытаться это делать. Вот, меня все эти 3 дня не было.
Периодически
Могли.
появляется. О господи, я уже был подумал, что у кого-то фонит микрофон, а это фонит в игре.
Да вообще что происходит?
Происходит то, что Аурелиус наконец-то закончил И сейчас уже скоро, совсем скоро, можно будет
No, your stream isn't broken, guys.
тестировать принц как перс. Ну,
Окей,
сюжет
я-
этой игры я знаю. Если честно, я подключился только в ее начале самом. Я не уловил. Я так понял, здесь какой-то город. В нем
О, да,
очень весело.
про сюжет я успею рассказать. Там все сможем, все закомментим, как надо. Я пойду чай себе налью и вернусь буквально через 2 минуты.
Хорошо. Earthbound, дамы и господа, тут очень много было внутриигровых моментов
So that's
тяжелых.
Earthbound, guys. There's a little bit of end-of-game stuff here, where you can go back and talk to all the NPCs that you would have talked
Конечно,
to
это еще
throughout
не
the
совсем
game.
конец, ведь
Eventually
нужно
work
еще
your
пойти
way
домой,
back
поговорить с
home, talk to
родителями
your
и посмотреть
parents,
фотоальбом, но нам-то нафиг не нужно.
Go through the photo album of all the photos you took throughout the game. I didn't actually take
И,
any
говорит, вы
photos,
смотрите на одно
so-
фото около
Like,
5
the
минут,
game
но,
forces
видимо,
you to
это
have
не
fun,
входит
though, so you'll just stare at one photo for,
в
like,
этап
5
прохождения
minutes.
этой игры.
If anybody's interested in learning this game, there's a wiki out there, and everybody streaming the game is just awesome people, absolutely amazing people.
Great community.
Yeah, it's a really good community, and it's not that hard to learn. I mean, while it is a lengthy run, I mean this
На
one's
данный
not
момент
too bad.
строка
The glitch was,
комментаторов немножко
a bit
менена.
more
У нас
prominent
тут
casual, I
Тезуро
would say.
вместо Сира
It's much
Аллигатора.
longer,
То
but if
есть
you guys have any interest in learning it, there's a big community out there. So
Yeah, I mean, if you ever have questions, feel free to drop by and ask me. I'm more than happy to try to answer them.
absolutely.
Most of the Earthbound runners, I can't think of anybody who wouldn't try to help you out.
Yeah, that's why the community is so amazing. We're always open to new runners. We always get really excited when somebody else is like, "Oh, I want to pick up this game." I'm like, "Yeah, dude, I'm gonna teach you that." So we're always really happy to see that.
So I'll go ahead and walk it back into Nessa's house here. Then once the credits are going, turn it over.
же отойду буквально на минуту за жидкостью.
We have a $50 donation from Anonymous. First time watching SGDQ live. Decided to donate for my first time as well for a great cause during
Штраф
the
на
break.
стриме пока не показывает актуальную информацию, потому что Кирилл еще не вернулся и меня не допилил.
SGDQ acronym, $100. Spoilers.
Вот, а в
I haven't
остальном,
finished this
да,
game.
она
What are you
показывает
doing?
актуальную
My play
информацию.
experience has been ruined. Anyways, put this money towards
Чучубак где-то
100%
ходит.
Luigi's Mansion run. Why not make the
Дальше
game a
я не
little harder
знаю.
for the runners? Earthbound Mansion hype.
Ладно, Кирилл, видимо, досыпает еще.
Actually, the timing typically would end here, but the Japanese timing starts from power on, I believe, to the
Yeah.
end of the. I believe it's whenever you say the end.
Yeah, the end of the credits,
Yeah,
basically.
but typically we use it's called the SDA timing. It's what we use from game start, which is pretty much as you have all your characters named and everything, and you hit the
Hit
start
start.
thing. Yeah. So and then we end at final prayer.
Yeah, once you start that final prayer where I hit time, the game will run itself. I can mash to make the text go faster, but
Yeah. And the reason he teleports there is actually to avoid a photo, so that saves about 18 seconds.
yeah.
Я заметил, в Donation трекере пробежала донат на Deus Ex
Oh, you
Big
can go in
War.
the door instantly.
Спасти
I know
или
that.
убить... О, ну, не убить.
Yeah, it all
Спасти или
depends on
не
how close
спасти
that
Малик.
teleport spits you out to the door.
I see.
Я не знал, что ее можно спасти, если честно.
Teleport, to say the least,
Но
is a very
замечу, что я
good
никогда не
ability.
проходил
It's used
до
in
конца
a
Deus
lot of
Ex, я только
places.
смотрел спидганы.
Yeah.
Super good. The effects are just like whenever you do a teleport,
Если
it
Deus Ex,
removes
который
all the
пришел
sprites off
за
the screen. So it
Invisible
removes
War.
like lag, and you always go at a set speed, and it's used
Ай да
actually
красавчик, фотон.
primarily in deep darkness. You don't see that in this run, but in
Так и надо.
glitchless,
Надо вставать по
that's where you
будильнику.
see it.
Рано с утра. Хорошие игры.
Alright, so that's it, guys.
Еще раз похлопаем, потому что это
Very good run.
закончилось.
Absolutely.
Great, man.
Ну, не на этом фоне.
Alright.
Я стараюсь
This
не
is
пить.
Summer Games Done Quick.
Он
After
если
this, you're gonna
громко
have Prince
прошу.
of Persia, Sands of Time.
Помню, вы мне скажите. Так,
We have $60 donation from the Mighty Keep
ну,
Runner
я не
as
буду
well.
переводить,
It's your
не
first
случайно
time
донаты,
watching
это не особо
SGDQ,
интересно,
you
ну
have
как бы.
made a fan for life.
И сам
What are
тут
you
прилетит
doing today
10к от
helping out
ночи,
the
если оно
gamer
еще не
community?
прилетало, я
Keep it up.
просто не в курсе. Его я услышу как-нибудь, потому что там толпа
$50 from
взревет.
Fuzzy Fuzzyo, Earthbound, Mr. Saturn Plush. Doctors Without Borders, how could I
Ой,
not
как у
give?
них...
Thanks to the
А, у
runners
них же
and
еще...
hosts of this
Нет,
event.
подожди, у них же сейчас в районе 8 вечера. Что ж у них так пусто, никто не любит Earthbound. Я надеюсь, сейчас этот зал будет полный, потому что сейчас будет минимум 2 очень хороших игры.
As the Prince of Persia is getting ready and set up, I will be handing over my
Так,
hosting to
в принципе, если нас
Angeles
будут
with Emily,
спидранить
and I hope you
Файнако,
guys